Johnson in the office is flip-flop, knee-jerk.
Okay, just explain that.
You would get instructions in the morning. Can I speak from my personal experience now? Okay.
Yes, please.
You would get instructions, or you would have a conversation with Advocate Johnson in the morning, or telephonically, or via WhatsApp. And it would be just the two of you, or maybe another prosecutor and you. And you would find commonality, or you would explain the legalities, the processes. I mean, the elements of an offense changes, but the principles of law does not change. If you have a document in a murder matter, it doesn't change when you're trying to prove it in a corruption matter. So you would have those engagements with her. And then during the course of the day, there would be a conversation that would take place between Mr. Perumal and Dylan Perumal and Advocate Johnson. And the flip-flop would happen. So no matter how you explained it to her or how the decision was made in a rational manner, it would then change according to what Mr. Perumal wanted. And my evidence will show how that affected the investigations.
And when you were engaging Advocate Johnson without Mr. Perumal, did you find that you were then speaking to somebody that was legally trained, a prosecutor? Was there that level of engagement?
Yes. When Mr. Perumal was not present or was not involved in the communication or was not influencing the decisions, Advocate Johnson was a very active legal mind. You would be able to engage, and she would speak about different things that she had done and how we can incorporate it and sections of acts. But then come Mr. Perumal, all of that is thrown out the door. And we are now doing things that we're not even supposed to be doing. And it is becoming an instruction. And Chair, from 2023, let me speak for me rather. No, I'm going to speak collectively as the prosecutors of IDAC, because we are all, majority of us are rocking in this boat. If you defy an instruction of Advocate Johnson, or you contradict her, the reign or the wrath, if you have to, may I speak about, if you have to go and check the records at the wellness program that NPA provides for its employees with regards to just work stress, home stress, counseling, you will be shocked at the amount of prosecutors and employees, admin staff from IDAC that are receiving counseling.
Is that not because of the nature of the work you do? Just explain.
No, Commissioner.
Yeah, please explain.
May I deviate? Am I allowed to deviate?
Slightly.
Slightly, okay. If you don't follow the instructions, you receive emails of a nature that when I was consulting with the DPCI officer, when I intended on making protected disclosure in June last year, I likened it to being treated worse than scullery maid. You would be internally investigated, unlawfully so. You would be made, I was made redundant for an entire period in 2023 because I objected to Mr. Perumal and Advocate Johnson. And it happened again this year because I objected.
And when you say internal investigations, what mechanisms would she adopt?
Okay, now I'm jumping ahead of my evidence, I apologize. Section 28 does not have any checks and balances. And it can be likened to a 205, a Section 205 of the Criminal Procedure Act. It's invasive. It's exceptionally invasive. But Section 205 of the Criminal Procedure Act allows for a person to make submissions to a magistrate or a judge to explain why we are now invading this person's privacy or we need this information. Section 28 allows unlimited control by one person without any checks or balances. And that is how we were investigated, through that.
Except, of course, that even if in Section 28 itself there may be no specific provisions, the Constitution is an overarching document. So Section 28 would still have to be applied with the Constitution or the privacy right in mind, if you see what I mean.
Correct, and
Yes.
my evidence, not very far down the pages, does deal with how this is so severely abused and how it continued since my start at the ID to be abused. Sorry, Advocate
No, that's fine.
Still on this, on the operations manual, the impression, I don't know if it's just me, but the impression that I gained from Advocate Johnson's evidence about this, the existence and application of an operations manual, was that yes, there is such a document, but we don't operate according to it. So the impression I had was, it's sitting somewhere in a computer or on your mainframe, but in fact, it's more, you just go about doing your things and people exercise their discretion at any one time in meetings without this ever being applied. Is that correct? Because you speak of it as a deviation. In your testimony, you say she deviated from what this prescribed. Is that deviation as a matter of course? That's what happened, and therefore this was just good on paper for all intents and purposes?
It's applied as and when Advocate Johnson wanted to use it.
All right, I'm answered. Thank you.
Okay, we can go back to your statement, paragraph 6, the sixth line, the sentence that's